What I want to do today is to take 15 minutes of your time just to talk about Zerto's view on IT resilience and multi-cloud, and hopefully some of these topics that we want to talk to you about will resonate with some of the other presenters that you've seen today. So for those of you that don't know Zerto, we provide a software platform that gives you the ability to take advantage of the multi-cloud technologies that you've heard about today, and to really use our platform to allow you to move your workloads as you see fit and put them where and when you want them to. Do I have a clicker? Next slide, please. So no presentation would be complete without some big numbers at the beginning. And as you can see here, IDC predict that by 2019, digital transformation will account for over $1.7 trillion of spend, which is a pretty enormous number, regardless of how accurate that is. That's a 42% increase on the figure in 2017. Next slide, please. So why is that transformation happening? Well, there's three reasons for that. There's profitability, increasing revenue, obviously, for organizations. Customer experience. We all saw the impact of British Airways last year and the failure that they had, and that's estimated to have cost them in excess of $150 million and counting. And then speed to market, so accelerating and using innovation to drive your business, and not traditionally the other way around, where technology has driven your business, but actually using that technology to take advantage of new ways of working as they come up. Next slide, please. And that looks like a 24/7 availability. You can't compete in your markets that you work in unless you have a 24/7 availability to both protect and run your business. Modernizing that business is obviously key, and reducing complexity and cost to allow you to compete with your competitors in the markets that you work in. And then obviously what we're all talking about here today, moving to cloud, and making efficient use of those cloud providers and those hyperscalers as they come on. Next slide, please. So historically, we've seen, and certainly Zerto's seen, that people have used our technology for traditionally DR, disaster recovery. And typically, a lot of companies would take their mission-critical applications and they would use DR and IT resilience platforms in order to protect the mission-critical ones, and take a number of applications and not protect them. And if you just move the slide on, you'll see that that isn't actually happening anymore. And organizations now are needing to protect all their applications, and frankly, if you don't need to protect them, there is a question mark as to why you have them. If you can just click that through, thanks. And it's that uninterrupted availability. And we saw a customer in the US who took the decision not to protect their print servers. They thought the print servers weren't important. They're a large logistics, multinational logistics company. They had a failure of their print servers, and they'd forgotten that in order for lorries to leave their depots, they needed to sign the dockets, and their business stopped for 3 days because they couldn't actually let lorries out of the centers that they operated. So actually, they didn't realize that actually print servers were, after all, quite critical to their business. Next slide, please. So what is IT resilience? Well, DR is dead. IT resilience is the new buzzword. The piece on the left that you see there is kind of what we're all used to when we talk about disaster recovery. So those unplanned things, user errors. The users are always the biggest problem in a lot of these scenarios. Infrastructure failures that we're all used to. Security and ransomware and natural disasters. And those are things that we have to react to. Oh, I have a clicker. Thank you. And then the planned piece. So now you're taking this platform and you're using it to do things that you plan to do. So you can actually now take the platform and use it to merge, for mergers and acquisitions of applications, moving to the cloud, consolidations and maintenance and upgrades. So where does Zerto fit into that? So we are recognized by Gartner as the leading provider of enterprise disaster recovery and IT resilience management software. And Gartner has 9 quadrants or 9 sections that it puts into that. And you'll not be surprised, since I've put the slide up to here, that we tick all of those 9 boxes. And I won't read everyone out for you. So Zerto as an organization has been going for about 7 years. We have 6,000 customers in 70 countries. We have 350 cloud providers and counting at the moment, some of whom are in the room today: Orange, OVH. And just on those cloud providers, we're protecting somewhere in the region of about 90,000 virtual machines today as I stand here, and that number is more or less doubling on an annual basis. Zerto doesn't do anything direct. We only work with partners, cloud providers and resellers. And as you can see there, we've got 1,100 partners on top of that. And we work very closely with Azure and AWS, and I'll explain how that works in a moment. So what does that look like? And don't worry, this is as technical as this presentation is going to get. The way the platform works is we use continuous data replication, that piece at the bottom there. And what we do is we are completely hardware agnostic, so we don't mind how many vendors you use. We don't mind if you're going to choose the hardware vendor. We work at the hypervisor, so the virtual layer. And what we do is we replicate your data to up to 3 different places simultaneously. So if you have a data center in Paris, data center in Lyon, we can replicate that. And I can actually also replicate your data center to three places simultaneously. So you can replicate into a cloud provider, we can replicate you into AWS or Azure, and we can replicate your data into another data center all simultaneously. And we use a thing called a journal. So if you imagine your satellite TV, like your Sky Plus or TiVo box, we keep a 30-day journal, and you can use that journal to recover back or test back at any point. So you'll hear phrases like recovery point objectives. So we can give you 5-second recovery point objectives, and then we can bring up your data center as fast as it takes to bring up those virtual machines, whether that be Hyper-V or VMware. We can work with both. We can migrate you from one to the other. I've got a timer here counting down, which is really making me go fast here. So what we can then do is, if you get ransomware hacked today at midday, we can just pick a 5-second point in time before you were ransomware attacked, stand up your disaster site in as little as 3 minutes. I've got cloud providers today who are running 5-second recovery points, and they're running their ability to the recovery time objective of 2 minutes. So that's your business back up and running after a ransomware attack of 2 minutes, and you've lost 5 seconds of data. So the conversations that you've heard today, what does downtime cost you? If you lose your applications for a day and then it takes you another day to get them working, what does that cost your business? And if you could get that down to, as I say, sub 5 seconds and sub 2 minutes to be back up and running, what is that worth to your business? And we use a thing called application consistency grouping. So days gone by, you used backup and you backed up your data and you were happy because it was on tape and it was sitting in storage somewhere. But actually, when it comes to bring that back, you find that actually it was all backed up at different times. You bring it all back, you pat yourself on your back because you've installed it all. But actually, it doesn't work because the database is from a different time as the web server, as all the other applications that connects to. So we use a thing called application consistency grouping. So we protect all of your applications in one group, and when you bring that all back up, it's crash consistent and it works. On top of that, we do long-term retention, so you can actually use the product in a long-term archiving fashion, which precludes the need to always use backup products. And as it says there, this product is completely non-disruptive. So I have customers that test, they do a DR test with the product at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. I've got a bank that does that. Every Monday they stand up their DR site, they throw stones at it, do penetration testing, check was okay. And then that spits out a compliance report that you can give to your CEO or CTO to say, we have a DR strategy, it works, we tested it this morning. And then all the way around that, we have an orchestration and analytics platform that allows you to see the performance you're getting. So if you're not getting the performance you need, perhaps you want to move your workloads into another cloud provider or into one of the hyperscalers. So that platform then gives you one single platform, one single pane of glass for your availability, that always-on customer experience, the ability to move your workloads, take advantage of AWS, Azure, and any other cloud provider that you want to work with, any of those 350 cloud providers. And that multi-cloud agility, so use the analytics to say, is that working for you? Where do you want to put your workloads? And move those workloads as you see fit. So just some of the use cases there, and we see use cases increase all the time because the product is agnostic to the hardware, it's agnostic to the hypervisor, it works in multi-cloud, it works in private cloud. Actually, the use cases keep increasing as cloud providers and customers find new ways to use the product. But as you can see there, the continuous availability, so recovering from outages and disruptions and ransomware, protecting your data. Infrastructure refreshes is a large one. So if you have a plan to change your supplier of hardware, that's fine with us. We don't mind that. If you don't have a plan, that's good as well. And as soon as you have one, we can work with you on that. And again, migrating. So lots of our cloud providers will use the product to migrate customers onto their platform and then do intra-cloud DR. And again, testing and DevOps, as I said, you can stand up your DR site and use that as a test bed to test patching and to check that it's secure, and then you can throw that back down again. And then integrating and migrating to the public and private and multi-cloud. And then finally, wrapped all around that is the analytics. So that ability to be able to look at the performance and the recovery point objectives and the recovery time objectives that you're getting with your platform. And if it's not what it wants, it's not where you want it to be, you can change that, and you can move at will and use different hardware.